Good evening once more, all my beautiful astrolites. I thought I'd just shoot a video for you guys real quick before I conk out for the night. Um, oh, where are my manners? I'm already forgetting. Welcome to yet another episode of Slam Jam, Crown Jewel 2022. This was a, a memorable night. This was just so action packed. I'm at a loss for words. It was just so amazing. They never cease to amaze when it comes to Crown Jewel. Uh, Everybody in Saudi Arabia was hyped up, ready to go, cheering, booing, all that good stuff. The first match of the night, uh, Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Now, if you caught Raw before Crown Jewel, um, these two guys, well, Brock Lesnar just being Brock Lesnar, I guess he just attacked Lashley for whatever reason. He's just looking for a fight. Who knows the reason behind it? But basically, if you saw the recent Raw prior to Crown Jewel, you could hear the COO, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, basically saying if they continue to touch each other, this match is off. Like, we're not gonna have Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley anymore if they take one more swing at each other. And of course, at least they don't want to disappoint the fans. So they kept their distance for the rest of the time being. Come Crown Jewel, Bobby Lashley had the upper hand, and I think Brock Lesnar tore his ACL. I'm not sure 100% on how his condition is, but by the end of the match, he basically Bobby Lashley basically had him in a hurt lock, and I honestly thought Lesnar was gonna pass out, but at the end of the match, he basically used his wits. He climbed up the top of the turnbuckle. He slammed backwards onto Lashley, and Lashley still had the hurt lock put on him, and Lashley got pinned that way. So Brock Lesnar for that win, and Lashley was livid. He was rightfully he was right to be upset. It's tough. You wanted to prove that you were better than Lesnar, and it didn't exactly go your way. So basically, he put him in another hurt lock, and uh, Lesnar actually passed out from that one. And Lashley was like, "I believe my message was sent quite clearly." So that's how that first match went. Second match of the night, Damage Control, Dakota Kai and Io Sky versus the team of Alexa Bliss and Asuka, and it was this was quite the rivalry. You know, like just before Crown Jewel, uh, Bliss and Asuka ended up being the new women's tag team champions, and they also had the upper hand for quite some time. Damage Control, they were pretty much running the show for a little bit. Well, I should say continue to run the show, cause just as Bliss and Asuka were about to retain their titles, when the ref wasn't looking, Nikki Cross got involved, and this is Nikki Cross from NXT. You know, we first we first known her in the group called Sanity, and very few people remember that group. But basically, you know, she had to, ASH wasn't really um, getting much credibility, so she was like, you know what? I gotta go back to my roots. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. But anyway, Nikki Cross got involved as soon as, cause Bliss was ready to hit that twisted bliss of hers, and Nikki Cross got involved. She hit Bliss with the I forgot what she used to call it, but basically a spinning fisherman suplex on the top rope. And lo and behold, Damage Control, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai get their championships back. And that was basically the end of that. Next on the list, man, this next match on the list was it was beyond personal. This one is Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. Um, of course, Kross wanting to prove that he's the actual chosen one. He's more dominant, and Drew McIntyre. He's basically well, Drew's not gonna put up with anything. He doesn't care how big or small you are. Um, this just got really heated, really personal. Karrion Kross was in a car accident. Uh, Scarlett by his side as usual, and Scarlett's been involving herself in a lot of McIntyre's matches, whether it's with Kross or whether uh, Drew's trying to do a promo for the people and things like that. So that's why Drew was like, you know what? I want to finish this once and for all. No interruptions, no interference. I want a steel cage match with Karrion Kross. And of course, you guys know before that it was the strap match. Didn't exactly play out in his favor, but I think Drew made the right decision going with the steel cage match. Um, because no one in or out basically. It was just Scarlett had to stay outside the entire time. But anyway, the steel cage match was very brutal. I'd I'd probably say. Um, at one point, Kross had the momentum. At the other point, McIntyre had momentum. Uh, it was a real barn burner between these two, I'd say. But of course, Scarlett gets involved. She didn't just spray McIntyre with the pepper spray. She did it with the official too. And by the way, I'm really hoping that official's okay, because he's actually one of my favorite referees. But yeah, all part of the job, unfortunately. But of course, that didn't stop. That didn't stop Drew. He was determined, as usual. Well, I would say he was more determined than usual, because the door was open and Drew was over the cage, and I was like, okay, I'm really hoping McIntyre's feet touch the floor, and lo and behold, they did. McIntyre ended up winning the match, and it's gotta feel really good to finally get a win against Kross, even if Scarlett was helping a little bit. So congratulations to McIntyre, you put one heck of a fight. Congrats to you, and let's see where you go from here. Eesh. This next match, Judgment Day versus the OC. I will do my best to be as professional as I can with this one. Um, for those of you who don't know, I called out Dominic Mysterio on Twitter, and he probably saw it and just thought I was a crazy fan. No, I'm actually a performer. But that's another story. So basically, I'm just gonna call her Rhea Ripoff. She's been the X Factor for Judgment Day. You know, she used to be a leader. She used to be women's champion. She used to be able to lead, and now she's following. And I was with Booker on NXT when he said this. Rhea's turned more into a follower than a leader, and I agree 100% with that. Because you guys remember when she actually used to hold gold and show brutality in her own way, and now she's with this group, and it's just ridiculous. And I could say the same about Dominic Mysterio. He's always been either in a tag team or a group faction. That's why I'm just like, you never see him. He's only won a tag team title. Like, you've never seen him as a singles competitor, but we might sometime in the near future. Maybe I don't necessarily know, but anyway, um, this was a hard hitting affair. The OC, the Good Boys, uh, good old boys, or however you call, however you call them. Basically, they gave it everything they had, but like I said, Rio ripoff basically giving the uh, giving the assist, being the X factor. Because of that, Judgment Day ended up picking up the victory. And I'm just gonna say this: Dominic Mysterio would have never gotten that win from AJ Styles on his own. Let's all be realistic here. He had help getting that win. And I know you guys are like, Astro, a win's a win. How does it matter? Because if you put them in a one-on-one match, if Judgment Day wasn't there, he would have no chance. But basically, that's just a fan. That's just a fanboy of me talking. Um. Anyway, that's basically how that match happened. Uh, I'm just like, there has to be a group faction that has to even the odds because there's always gonna be that Ripley factor. It's like one of these factions needs to have another woman to make sure that Rhea just stays neutralized, basically, just keeps out of the way. But we'll see what happens from here on in. Ooh, this next match. I was really hoping they reinforced the ring. Braun Strowman, the monster of all monsters, versus the Nigerian giant Omos. And their weigh-ins were so crazy. Um, Omos is 416 plus pounds of pure mass, and Strowman being 300 plus pounds of the same ordeal. And it was so crazy. These guys were just behemoths all over, and I was basically thinking, okay, Strowman might have to pull out some cruiserweight moves against this guy, but he didn't have to. Um, Strowman showed his strength, durability. I felt bad when he went for that Strowman Express shoulder tackle because he just got derailed by Omos at that point. Um, I felt bad about it, honestly, but Near the end of the match, it was basically Strowman. Omos was in control in the first few moments of the match, but in the end, it was Strowman. He hit that patented running power slam. I'm gonna be honest, I thought Omos was gonna kick out of that, but Strowman ended up proving me wrong, so there's that. So congratulations to Strowman, and I'm honestly glad to see that the ring didn't break apart. That's what I gotta say about that one. Alright, the next match is the Usos versus the Brawling Brutes. Um, well, first off, I want to wish good luck to both the Usos and the New Day. We'll see this Friday night if the Usos can surpass the New Day's tag team title reign or not. So, tune in Friday night SmackDown this week to see what happens. And I thought the Brawling Brutes were gonna get it. They showed so much tenacity, so much just it was purely fight night with them. It was amazing. But yet the Usos found a way. They pretty much hit a supernova one and done 1D from the top rope, and I was pretty much like, you know what, that's it. They got the win on that. And I'm trying to get through these matches as quickly as possible. I know you guys don't want me to drone on for the next few minutes. So I'll do my best to get to more of the points here. Oh, Bianca Belair versus Bayley in a last woman standing match. Another hard hitting affair, uh, at one point in the match, Bianca was stuck in between steel steps and the ring apron with the ladder on top. And I think my most favorite part of this match was when Bayley drove a golf cart and tried to run over Bianca with it. I thought that was the craziest thing, but it was entertaining. It was a lot of fun. But the EST got the BEST of Bayley. Um, she basically stuck her in one of the ladders, and she slid the end of the ladder, the excuse me, the ladder's legs underneath the bottom turnbuckle, and the referee started counting. Um, Speaking of the referee, I think he was I don't know what it was, but did you guys notice he seemed a little distraught? And like I think at one point in the match he told Bayley or Bianca not to do something. I'm just like, you're just there to count to 10. It's a last woman standing match. You can't really say what they can and can't do to each other. But anyway, um, because the whole being stuck in a ladder under the turnbuckle, uh, the referee got to 10. Bianca retained her championship. Oh, let's see if, because I don't think Bayley's gonna let this go, not till she gets that championship. But we'll see what happens Monday night. Ah, Sir Bray Wyatt. I cannot wait to see what he does when he's officially back to performing in the ring. He was basically, excuse me, he was basically saying that he wants to do he wants to do things different. He wants to he wants to show us the real him. he wants to leave who he was in the past. And, of course, at the end of what he's done talking, Uncle Howdy shows up. And a lot of people are like, oh, who is Uncle Howdy? And I was scrolling through social media, and it showed a picture of Bo Dallas with a question mark. And I was like, that may make a lot of sense because they do sound similar if you think about it. But only time will tell when we get to see Uncle Howdy and have Bray Wyatt back performing in the ring, see what he does from there. I definitely love his new Shattered theme music. It's amazing. Thank you, Code Orange, for doing that. Much appreciation, much love to that. And for the final match, the one everybody's been waiting for, the head of the table, uh, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns versus the Maverick Logan Paul. And this has been sorry, my my leg itches. This has been just a match. Um, Words cannot describe how great this match was. They both gave it their all. Roman made the mistake of underestimating Logan because Logan he kept his word by saying, "I'm gonna make a performance like one you have never seen before," and he delivered. He he made the he, he just did it. He went out there and he gave it his all. Uh, Unfortunately, uh, Roman was able to once again retain the championship. Um, 2 plus years, 2 plus years of being the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion. I'll say congrats to him on that. But the fanboy of me is just like, oh, screw you for bagging on YouTubers. Like, we all can't grow up learning the business that you do. We actually have to put in hard fucking work, hard daggone work, and like he doesn't even he only defends the title when it's relevant to him. You know what I mean? He only defends it when he feels it's necessary. He's like, I smashed through everybody, this and that. Honestly, I've lost a good portion of respect for him because, okay, we've already acknowledged him before he started becoming the tribal chief, saying, acknowledge me, this, that, and the other. And now he's like, I'm too tired to get into all of that. I'm sorry. You guys know I can talk some major trash if I want to, but not tonight. I'll talk a little bit, not a lot. But yeah, basically, Roman is like uber sensitive. You guys notice that? It's like he better take his to YouTube. I don't want to see him around here anymore. He's not gonna knock me out. I was like, goodness gracious, Tribal Chief is so sensitive. It's like you have no problem with you have a problem with a YouTuber, and yet you're the Tribal Chief. What are you're complaining? You got your championship reign, 2 plus years, and it's like half the time he gets a nerve touch for some reason. I'm just like, man, somebody needs a massage therapy appointment or something. Take some yoga. Goodness gracious. But anyway, That's pretty much all I got for you guys. Crown Jewel is on Peacock. If you have not watched it, I highly recommend you watch it. It is it is just so amazing. Before Crown Jewel started, uh, Titus Worldwide, Global Ambassador Titus O'Neil and a few of the WWE superstars were doing the Be a Star program out in Saudi Arabia. So keep doing what you're doing. Not just Titus O'Neil, but all of you donating your time, um, showing the kids that they can be anything, they can do anything. Don't be a bully, be a star. I love you all. This has been Slam Jam. I will come at you with another video as soon as possible. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night. Uh, Remember, Crown Jewel on Peacock. Be safe, be well, be loved. Have a good night.